Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on Toned In Entertainment, where we love pop culture. Well, this is it. We've come to the conclusion. Today, it's time for our final discussion of the Wonder Twins comic book. Now, this is issue number 12, and this issue is called Asterisk. Now, right off the bat, we're going to start inside the Wonder Twins apartments, where we have Zan and Jayna hanging out with our fugitives, Polly and Philo Math. Philo is thanking the twins for lending him some clothes because him and Polly have essentially lost everything. Jayna tells him it's just temporary, that the situation will get better soon. Polly and Philo are really feeling helpless because they know there's nowhere to hide from the Justice League. As the twins exit their apartment, they walk down the street past a sign saying, "See this girl? Contact Lexicon," with money signs at the bottom. Zan asks Jayna if she's okay. Jayna replies, "It's just that, despite all our work, everything just seems to be falling apart." Later that day after school, the twins make their way toward the Hall of Justice. After passing yet another polymath wanted poster, Jayna says to Zan, Polly and her dad saved the world while on the run from the law. If the Justice League had caught them, Colonel 86 would be in charge. Jayna goes on to say, what does it say? When you have to save the world from the people who are supposed to be saving the world. Right before the twins go inside the Hall of Justice, Jayna says, it kills me that we couldn't tell Superman what we were up to. Zan replies, I know, but on the other hand... Now we're inside the Hall of Justice, and you can tell by the Justice League's faces that there's going to be some consequences for the twins because of their actions. Superman tells the twins that he needs to have a word with them. Superman says, it's come to our attention that you've been spending your free time on unauthorized activities, or as it's otherwise known, lying. According to our reports, you assisted a fugitive and stole a spacecraft. Jayna says, yeah, from Lex Luthor. Superman continues with, which you then used to free Philo Math, a known associate of Lex Luthor and the creator of Colonel 86, the artificial intelligence that almost set the Earth back to the 1980s. Zan chips in with, but he's also the one that saved us from it. We'd all be working in Hickory Farms if it weren't for him. Superman says, I understand everything worked out, but the results don't justify the actions. Here, least of all, we have rules. Jayna says, yeah, we get that. But at some point though, before you had this expensive building, before you all had matching stationery, wasn't there a time when you did something just because it was the right thing to do? Wonder Woman tells the twins, the price we pay for leaning on each other's strength is that we agree to not go it alone. Jayna exclaims, fine, then sit here in your knitting circle arguing about the rules. Zan and I will fix the planet on our own. Green Lantern, being all sarcastic, says, I think I see what's going on. They're bored. Jayna says, no, this isn't a cry for help. It's not some shabby ploy to get a promotion. And classic Zan says, that said, if there is a promotion floating around the room, we totally accept. Jayna goes on to say, I had a friend in trouble, so I helped her. Her dad was wrongly imprisoned in the Phantom Zone, so we helped him. It's really that simple. Yeah, we broke some rules. In doing so, we saved the world. Now back at Lex Luthor's headquarters, cell phone Sylvia tells Luthor that her missing phone is the only thing that mattered to her and it's gone. But Lex has a little inside info for cell phone Sylvia as he shows her surveillance video of Zan being the thief that took her phone. Lex tells her it's time for her to get her revenge, and he tells her he's gonna get her some help. Her two new partners will be the Ringmaster, a circus-themed villain who uses rings as a weapon. Also joining her will be the supervisor from Lex's private prison and call center. Now pay attention to the scrambler right here. As he's making a sale call, he says to a customer, I'm pretty sure our plug-in air fresheners don't cause power outages, ma'am. Now this will play an important role later. Sylvia tells Lex that this feels like the League of Annoyance all over again, that she just wants to move on from these type of things, get her cell phone back, and get her media career up and running. Lex tells her that the phone is what made her special, and without it, nobody will care about her. Later that night, we get the twins walking through the park. Jayna says, I don't know, Zan. Sometimes it feels like the Earth was a mistake. Zan says, coming here or just a planet in general? The twins are now confronted by cell phone Sylvia and her two new hired goons. Sylvia says, hi kids, I believe you have something that belongs to me. The Ringmaster chips in, I don't believe we've met. They call me the Ringmaster. Jayna yells out to her brother, Zan, quick, Wonder Twin powers! But the twins are stopped in their track by the ringmaster. The ringmaster yells out, terror of the country fair ring toss. Zan says it's too late. Jayna can't move. The ringmaster says, it's a fairly minor power, I'll admit, but it comes in handy. I'm sure you twins can relate. The twins, now trapped by the ringmaster's ring, look over a bridge, looking at certain doom. Jayna says, what are you gonna do with us? Cell phone Sylvia says, you're gonna tell me where my phone is, or we're going to drown your brother. Sylvia goes on to say, and then I'm gonna think of some equally ironic way for you to die. But as you can see here, Gleek was along for the ride in the backpack and sneaks out. Zan says, good boy Gleek, come on, loosen those rings. As Gleek tries to sneak and help the twins, he looks up at the ringmaster, and we get a flashback to earlier in the series, where the ringmaster was the guy that tortured Gleek in his circus days. But Gleek is not having it, and he seeks revenge and yells out with a giant scream. The ringmaster says, what in cotton candy? Kill this beast! While cell phone Sylvia doesn't have her phone, she does have a taser and zaps our friend Gleek. Zan pleads with them to leave him alone. Even though cell phone Sylvia put down Gleek, she's still missing her cell phone. The ringmaster says, I appreciate your commitment to the game, but under the circumstances, I think we'd best just toss them all over in the river and be done with it. Then a voice from the side says, heroes and villains are all the same, never getting what you want. And we see that the supervisor is now the scrambler. As the scrambler unrings the twins, it's now time for them to activate their powers.
Wonder Twin powers, activate!
Zan turns himself into a puddle of water, and Jayna turns herself into a pug. Cell phone Sylvia says, the scrambler, you traitor. The scrambler replies, traitor to whom? Lex Luthor? And to what? A system that cares only for which side of the prison bars I'm most profitable? Zan sees this as an opportunity to wash her away. But during a battle between the scrambler and the ringmaster then says, I switched our minds, ringmaster, now I'm inside your body. Of course, that means that the ringmaster, now in the scrambler's body, now has the gun. The ringmaster says, I put down a lot of sick clowns in my day, so don't think I won't use it. Zan says, lady, ringmaster, whoever, I've lost track. Zan goes on to say, if you don't want to spend the rest of your life in the Phantom Zone, I'd put the gun down. And Sylvia sees Jayna the pug with her cell phone, and she says, oh God, be careful with that cell phone, little doggy. Good doggy, now stay still as Aunt Sylvia. And then all of a sudden, cell phone Sylvia's phone is activated and transcends him to the Phantom Zone. As the twins sit down with the scrambler, now in his circus attire, they ask him how he was able to escape. Well, remember those air fresheners that were causing trouble? He was able to use one of those malfunctioning air fresheners to short circuit the electric inhibitor around his neck, allowing him to transfer himself into the body of the supervisor. Now the twins tell the scrambler that they destroyed the server he was planning to use on scrambling the world. The scrambler tells the twins he's happy about that. As the twins and the scrambler now part ways, Zan asks Jayna, so what now? Jayna replies, I suppose we should go back to the Hall of Justice and take our firing gracefully. As the twins enter the Hall of Justice, they see they have captured Philo and Polymath. Jayna pleads with the Justice League to not send them to jail, that they saved the world. Superman admits that the Justice League does have weaknesses. He goes on to say, and we can't protect the world if we don't listen to those who can solve the problems we don't understand. Superman plans to create ASTERISK, which stands for Assessing Strategic Threats Requiring Innovative Skills and Knowledge. Superman tells the twins that they're going to run the operation in conjunction with Polly and Philo. Back at the prison, we get one last shot of the supervisor who is incarcerated inside the scrambler's body. She tries to reason with the guards, but is met with the comment, shut up and eat your Luthor paste. Now on the final page of this comic, we pick up 1 year later at the new headquarters of ASTERISK. We see Polymath working away as the twins show up for work. Our final conversation of the series ends with Jayna asking Zan if he resents her because without her, he cannot use his powers. Zan says, no way, because that means he's never alone. And with Gleek perched on his shoulder, Zan tells Jayna, like it or not, sis, you're stuck with me. All right, guys, well, we're officially wrapped up with all 12 issues of the Wonder Twin comic book series. Now, if you've missed any of my discussions for any of my previous Wonder Twins videos, the link to the playlist is down below. And don't fret, we're not done talking Wonder Twins yet, because there's a special video up right now here on Toned In Entertainment. You can also find the link for that below. And I'm going to talk Wonder Twins Funko Pops. We met a lot of interesting characters in this comic book series, so I just made my top 10 wish list of characters I would like to see from the Wonder Twins comic book in Funko Pop form. So guys, make sure you check out that video as well. And also guys, make sure you subscribe here to Toned In Entertainment for future videos.
Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.